Since 1994, safe, fast and more, our reliable name, mixcat.com.
Today we're going to make beef jerky. You can see my spices over there. I have a hot and spicy Cajun blend with chipotle. It's a smoked pepper sauce, not sauce, but rub with salt. This is actually the Himalayan sea salt. I'm sorry, Himalayan salt, not sea salt. Black pepper. This is just a fine grind. Jamaican jerk powder, and I also have a cocoa and chili blend. Sounds odd, but this is actually really good on beef. So I'm going to make a couple different types of beef jerky, and I'll show you how that goes. Really simple, but this is teriyaki sauce. It goes great with everything. Definitely beef, chicken, fish. This is a top round steak. Beef, and you can use any kind of meat you want to use, but we're going to use beef today. And this is going to go into the dehydrator. Dog is definitely excited about the project here. He'll try some when it's all finished. All right, there's one piece of the beef, and it's not too thick, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and use scissors and cut this into pieces about that size. What I'm going to do is fill this plate with the beef. And one thing I definitely want to notate, when you are cutting the strips of the meat, you want to actually go, if the grains are going long ways, you want to cut across it. That way it's not as tough. If you cut with the grains, it's going to be a little bit stringy and a little harder to chew. So always go against the grain. Alright, we cut this into strips. And this really isn't too bloody of a steak, but if it was, you would want to pat it down and get all the residue off of it. What we're going to do is we're going to let this marinate for a little bit in the teriyaki, and we're going to put whatever powder on the top that we want. I'm going to make 3 different layers of different types of flavors. And if you have any of the fat on the ends, just cut that off. See that? We're making like a little layer. Just going to keep going like this until we actually coat the bottom. Alright. That's a big piece. Cut that in half. Alright, and again we're going to go against the grain, not with, and cut it to strips. It is going to shrink. And marinating it to taste is definitely a good thing. What you're going to want to definitely remember is if the meat is drippy, it's going to drip in the dehydrator, which is going to in turn make a mess, and you'll have to really clean it good. What we're going to do is make sure we pat it down good enough where we don't have to deal with that. That way it's a nice clean process. You'll appreciate that later when you have to clean it up. The last video that you've seen with the banana chips and the sweet potato chips, you pull it off the trays and literally there's just about no cleanup. It comes off dry and nice and easy, where the beef there is going to be cleanup involved. But there we go, we got the whole bottom. Sneak one more. Got a full tray here. I'll move this aside. There you go. Alright. Now that we have a full tray, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our teriyaki. If you don't want to use teriyaki, you can use a soy sauce. You can use barbecue sauce, but that's a little bit on the sticky side. This is basically just to marinate and let the flavor adhere. Just enough to coat it, and I'm making sure the bottom gets coated there. What we're going to do first, this is a cocoa chili blend. It's got that, and again, the cocoa is not really sweet. It's just a chocolate flavor. With the chili, actually, is really nice. Sounds strange, but if you've never tried it, give it a whack. It's really good stuff. On beef, this is going to be fantastic. You can get creative with this, whatever you guys like. With this, I'm going to put a little bit of that Himalayan salt that you guys seen in the other video. And again, if you haven't tried this, you're going to want to give that a whack too. That's our first one. We're going to let this sit for a little while. Now we'll do our second tray here, different flavor. This one will go with the Cajun style, with the smoked chipotle peppers. I think there's a little bit of cayenne in there. It's on the spicy side. There is sea salt in that one. What else we got? Spicy blend, gourmet. Let's see. Yeah, sea salt, garlic, onion, black pepper, sugar, paprika, celery seed, coriander, parsley, red bell pepper, chives, oregano, and ginger. So yeah, good stuff. It's great for barbecue. Again, we're going against the grain, into strips. And you can make this as thick as you like it. I try to keep the strips relatively thin, however you like it. Here we are. This also is going to take anywhere from, I'd say, 16 hours to 18 hours in the dehydrator, depending on how wet or thick the steak is. And I probably will keep it in almost 20. If you like it real tough, chewy, you might leave it in a little bit longer. If you want it a little bit more on the dry side, again, yeah, leave it in for 24 hours or better. If you like it with a little chew to it, you're going to want to do 16 to 18 hours. But experiment with that, see what you like. Nice and easy, because you can always put it in for a little bit longer if it's not the consistency you like. But the biggest thing to remember is make sure the stuff you put in there, it's not wet. Otherwise you're going to have a mess on your hands. You can do it that way, but it will be a mess. Alright. Well, I guess we're only going to have two different types. We're going to have a steak here. That's okay. Move that over. Great to have a nice sharp pair of kitchen shears, poultry shears, or what have you. Yeah, we'll just make it on this one. Alright, so we got two different flavors. This one we're going to do the peppery type. Alright. There you are. And when working with meat, make sure you wash your hands and wash everything you're working with. You don't want to contaminate yourself. Get sick. Alright. Teriyaki, we just kind of roll it around so it gets the bottom. And as you can see, it's just enough to coat it. Alright, Cajun spice. Good stuff. We love it spicy here. That smells great. Alright. Just going to kind of beat that in a little bit. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of the jerk seasoning on this one too. Just a sprinkle, generous sprinkle, and some pepper. That smells great. This jerk actually has a little bit of cinnamon in it. Sounds odd, but it really turns out nice. There's the peppery one. Alright, if you like it spicy, that'll be right up your alley. Alright, we're going to let this sit for a couple hours and we're going to put it in the dehydrator. And I'll be back with you guys shortly. Alright, these have been sitting for a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and turn them. And we're going to season the other side. Do it on both your plates here. And you guys know how much beef jerky is. You save yourself some money doing it this way. That, and you're not eating all those preservatives. Read the bag, it's terrible. All the stuff I have up here is natural. The dog's excited. Smells good, huh? All right. A little bit more of this. Cajun spice. All right, come on. There you go. A little bit of the pepper. It's a messy job. It's worth it. And the Jamaican jerk. Oh yeah, get that on there. Just kind of beat it in a little bit. We're going to let this sit for a little bit more. I'm going to do the same with the Coco chili. And we'll be back. Alright, what we're going to do is just pat out this residue liquid. Shouldn't be too much left. You see? Right there. Do the same thing. Again, this is so you don't have a mess inside the unit. And you let the spices really get in there, marinate for a little bit. Come out tasty that way. You don't really have to marinate it if you didn't want to, but definitely comes out better if you do. There she is. Alright, tap the top part. Should be good. Really should do it on a towel, or have a plate out. There we go. Alright. I'll clean the table afterwards. We're nice and dry. Oh yeah, it looks good. Smells fantastic already. This is the spicy one. As you can see, it's definitely spicy. If you don't like it too spicy, you can go lighter. You'd be missing out. That's okay though. Man, this is going to be good. One thing really nice about the dehydrator, you wake up in the morning and you're like, ooh, let me test that out. I gotta admit, the apples and the, not apples, the bananas and the sweet potatoes almost didn't make it to the video. We had a good time with those. Yeah, this dehydrator could fit a lot more meat. Dang. I could have bought quite a bit more. That's alright, next go. And if you have a dog, they'll love this. When you see beef on sale, maybe Winn-Dixie does the buy one get one, or you use Coupon Mom and get one of those buy one get ones. Make some beef jerky. Much better than that preserved stuff. Hey, look at that, it's beautiful. Wait till you see when this is done. Alright. Uh-oh. Guarding the house. Okay, now this one. This is the chili one. I'm going to put it on a different layer. Okay. Let's put it here. Alright. Tip it up so you guys can see. You see them? And chocolate chili is really a neat thing. You gotta try it. Yeah, a little stickier than the old. Ooh, the chili's really getting me. That powder was pretty fine. But the chili and the chocolate really do play off each other great. Neat flavor. Alright, look at that. Exciting. Yeah, it just kind of darkened up the meat a little bit. Alright, maybe I'll put them towards the center since the other one was on the outside. Make it go a little faster. You gotta invent a way to share stuff with your audience. You guys will be missing out on this one, I'm telling you. Well, hit Big Crumbs. Check out Big Crumbs. Do the thing I did on Walmart.com from Big Crumbs. You get 3.2% back. That, and when you pay for it on the site, you print out the receipt, you go to the store and you pick it up. You go to the customer service or the site to store line if they have it by you, and you skip the lines. It was a pleasure. In and out. And you get the 3.2% back. That's a win-win. If you haven't joined Big Crumbs, should be a link at the bottom of this video. I'll put that link back up. This was $39.99. Oster. It's really nice, and it's I think it was 350 watt or 300 watt. So the power consumption is like a PC, not much of a power consumption. And they got some units that are like 8 up to 1,000, and this dries just as fast as those guys. The layout's real nice on it. If you look on the reviews, it's got great reviews. You got to spend over $100 to get something, you know, a little bit better where you can stack more. And you can go 5 more high. They do have them online where you can buy more of those plates. Well, I'll be back with you guys in, I guess, about 16 hours. And I'll show you what the beef jerky looks like, and we'll try it out. Alright, take care, guys. Here's the beautiful end result of the beef jerky. Look at that, huh? Let me tell you, it's great stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video.
Since 1994, safe, fast and more. Our reliable name, mixcat.com.